Maja John Madden in Cafe Moretto, my new favorite coffee shop. I just was sitting on the Molle, the wharf, out overlooking the harbor, the bay actually, in Veracruz, Mexico. And I was talking about how people don't get to tell me what to do. And I inaccurately said that twice I've had a gun pointed at me, and I did acquiesce and leave, but not without insulting them. I'm going to go back and correct that, because only once has literally a gun been pointed at me. But the first story I'm going to tell did not have a gun involved. It was in Elizabethton, Tennessee, deep Appalachia, beautiful old city along the Doe River. And this is a sign of how much I've changed in 4 years. 4 years ago, in this beauty shop in a little complex, one of the beauticians was practicing some kind of natural facelift thing without Botox or any of that. And, I was interested. I was like, oh, get rid of some of the lines. That'd be great. It doesn't interest me at all now, but I was interested. And so the second time I went back to talk to her about it, it turned out that the really macho guy from the barber shop, who I had walked out of his shop immediately when I got his vibe, Jim Rat, really macho guy, 40-ish, turned out that he was running the beauty shop too. And he caught me in the hall, and I was at that time having some kind of condition that caused weak spells. We had left without a trace and without ever being diagnosed, but I had had a weak spell that morning where it was hard to stand. And I was just barely out of it when in the hallway he said, I want you to stay away from my girls. And what really made me see red was the disrespectful use of they were his girls, like he was the pimp. And I said something sassy, and he says, oh yeah? I might give you something you don't want. And we all but made a fist. But that's what he was threatening. And that really took me over the edge of anger. And I said, try me, motherfucker. And he backed off. Yeah. So I was saying that I have left when people were pointing a gun at me. Literally, one time the guy had his hunting gun over his shoulder when he said leave, and I left. Another time in Texas, the guy brandished it. He pulled his shirt back to show the gun on his hip. And I did insult him as I was leaving. And the way they've gotten rid